Thanks a lot for staying with us here at CNN News 18. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Ridhima Bhatnagar. NCP leader Jitendra Awhad continues to make news for all the wrong reasons. Last week, he barged into a multiplex with his supporters in Thane in Mumbai and stopped the screening of the Marathi film Har Har Mahadev because he believed the filmmakers had misrepresented Chhatrapati Shivaji. The NCP leader with his supporters ruffled up viewers and was even seen manhandling one while he escorted him out. Today, another case was filed against him for touching a woman inappropriately and for outraging her modesty. The NCP leaders denied all allegations against him, calling it vendetta politics. Even as Jitendra Awhad has stepped down and resigned, owing to pressure, his supporters have taken to vandalism out on the streets. The NCP supporters said that law and order situation is being ridiculed in the state. The protesters blocked the Mumbai-Nashik highway. They burned tires as a mark of their protest. While right to protest is a guaranteed right under democracy, but the question is at what cost? Can hooliganism really be defended?
आम्ही काय माफी बिफी मागणार नाही. आम्ही लढलो शिवाजी महाराजांसाठी, आम्ही लढत राहू. पण हा पोलिसी बळाचा वापर कुठला? खरंच आम्ही गुन्हा केला, ठीक आहे, पण तो त्या गुन्ह्याला मला काय बोलायचं?
So as I said, two complaints, but the NCP leader and supporters continue to be defiant. Let's first break down the details in terms of what has happened so far, what have the complainants said, and how has the NCP defended their leader. Now the first is, of course, forcibly pushed me out of the way during the event. This is what Rita Rashid, the complainant, has claimed. Awhad's counter has been, you see the full video, it proves that the charge is baseless. That's just one part of the problem. The other is Awhad held me by my shoulders and pushed me aside is what Rita Rashid is saying. Awhad's counter is, video clearly shows I asked her to move out of the crowd. But the video is there for all our viewers to see, and that speaks a clear story. The other point here is, this is what Rita Rashid has said. He asked me why I was standing in the middle and asked me to get out. The counter here has been invoking section of outraging modesty is completely fake. But this was only one complaint. Remember, there was another complaint where he was alleged that he actually manhandled a lot of people when he wanted to stop the screening as far as the film Har Har Mahadev is concerned. But this is not the first time that Jitendra Awhad is actually finding himself in a lot of trouble. He's faced charges of harassment and assault even before. Let me break down those details as well. On the 14th of November 2022, this is the case that we're referring to, faces harassment charge at the inauguration event in Mumbra. And of course, at this point, he's gone on to say that I look up to her as a sister. This is all vendetta politics. 8th November of the same year, creates ruckus into a Maharashtra cinema hall. He was booked. This was the Marathi film Har Har Mahadev. The objection by the NCP was that a lot of facts have been misrepresented. Let's go back a year. October 2021, arrested over engineers kidnap and assault, released on bail later. So the larger question that we're asking then is, can hooliganism really be defended? Before I bring in my guest, I actually want to begin the show by speaking to Rita Rashid, the complainant who has complained about Jitendra Awhad pushing her. Ma'am, we appreciate you taking out the time and joining us here on CNN News 18. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए. क्या आप पहले हमें और हमारे दर्शकों को बताना चाहेंगे कि हुआ क्या था?
कल प्रोग्राम था, मुंब्रा में नया ब्रिज बना हुआ है, उसका उद्घाटन था, जिसके लिए सीएम साहब और भी बहुत सारे मेहमान, जिसमें हम भी इनवाइटेड थे. तो उसी तरीके से सब लोग वहां गए थे. 4 बजे सबको जाना था, तो 4 बजे मैं पहुंच चुकी थी. साहब कुछ सीएम साहब 4:30 तक आने वाले थे. बट ठीक है, 6 बजे प्रोग्राम हो गया था, 6 सवा 6 बजे. और इतनी गर्दी थी कि मैं एक बार सीएम साहब से मिली भी, लेकिन वो रह गया। फिर वहां से जब वो सीएम साहब गए ओपनिंग करने के लिए, तो मैं वहां नहीं जा गई क्योंकि बहुत बहुत भीड़ थी। मीडिया को भी खड़े रहने की जगह नहीं थी, इतनी भीड़ थी। तो मैं बाजू में हो गई। लेकिन जब मुझे पता चला कि सीएम साहब गाड़ी में बैठ रहे हैं, तो मैं आगे बढ़ी। वहां पर 2-3 जन मुझे मिले, जो मैं उनको मिलते हुए गाड़ी को लगते हुए मैं आगे जा रही थी। आपके पास फुटेज होगा, आप देख सकते हो। तो मैं आगे जा रही थी, तो उतने में अमदार साहब आ गए मेरे सामने। अमदार साहब सामने आए तो जानती हूँ, पहचानती हूँ, इसलिए मैंने एक स्माइल किया। लेकिन उतने में उन्होंने मुझे पकड़ा शोल्डर से और मुझे साइड में पुश कर दिया उन्होंने, मतलब साइड में मुझे धकेल दिया, आप देख सकते हो। और वो साइड में धकेले तो उधर ऐसा नहीं था कि कोई नहीं थे, वहां पर सब जेंट्स लोग थे जिनके आंख पे मेरा बैलेंस पूरा गया उन लोग के आंख पे। लेकिन ठीक है, उस टाइम मैंने अपने आप को संभाल लिया। उसके बाद मैं डीसीपी साहब के पास गई और डीसीपी साहब ने मुझे फिर कहा कि आप मुंब्रा पुलिस स्टेशन जाइए। आप वहां पर जो मैंने वो जो वीडियो दिखाया और जो मैंने फील हुआ मेरे को वहां पर, वो सब बातें रखी जो एफआईआर में लिखी गई है, बस उसे पे एफआईआर, उसके बाद एफआईआर हो गया उधर।
जी, आज अगर आपने जितेंद्र अवाद की प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस देखी होगी तो वो तो कह रहे हैं कि आप उनकी एक बहन की तरह हैं। तो वो जो कह रहे हैं कि ऐसा कोई हाथापाई नहीं हुई है, किसी को कोई धक्का नहीं दिया गया, तो आपने क्या देखा उस समय? आसपास कोई और आपके बचाव में आया? और क्या जितेंद्र अवाद ने आपसे माफी मांगी इस सबके बाद?
बिल्कुल नहीं। उन्होंने धक्का देने के बाद उन्होंने मुड़ के भी नहीं देखा कि मुझे जेंट्सों पे धक्का दिया है उन्होंने। वो निकल गए वहां से, आप देख सकते हो वीडियो में। और वो वीडियो है ना, ऐसा नहीं है क्या, वो उनको ही पूछिए यार, उन्होंने मुझे धक्का दिया या मुझे पुश किया या मुझे आप, वो वीडियो सच बोलता है या उनको पूछिए वीडियो झूठा है फिर, या वही सच्चे है।
एनसीपी का ये भी कहना है और जो समर्थक है जितेंद्र अवाद का, उनका भी यही कहना है कि बीजेपी को तो एक नया मुद्दा मिल गया है, वो तो सिर्फ पॉलिटिसाइज कर रहे हैं इस केस को। आपने कंप्लेन आज फाइल करी, आप क्या चाहती हैं पुलिस से?
बस ये जो बोलते हैं क्या हमने नहीं किया, तो ना आवाज अगर आप बोलते हैं तो झूठ हो सकता है क्योंकि आवाज को मान्यता नहीं देती है, लेकिन वीडियो झूठ बोलता है। ये मैं एनसीपी के मुंह से सुन रही हूँ कि वीडियो भी झूठ है। इन्होंने जो भी किया, मैं पहले की बात नहीं करूंगी, जो मेरे साथ हुआ ये झूठ है। वहां पर जो कैमरे ने कैचअप किया, इसका मतलब अभी जो मैं कैमरे के सामने बैठी हूं वो मैं नहीं हूं, मतलब ये सच्चाई नहीं है। क्या मैं कैमरा मुझे देख रहा है, ये सच्चाई नहीं है इनका मतलब, ये एनसीपी का हिसाब से होगा। लेकिन जो भी वीडियो में आया है और जो मैंने फील किया, जो एक आदमी औरत को पकड़ता है, जो मैंने फील किया वही मैंने एफआईआर में बोला और उसी पे एफआईआर हुआ। मैं तो यही चाहूंगी क्या जो एफआईआर हुआ है वो उसको उसी तरीके से दंड मिला जाए, उसको पनिश किया जाए ऐसा, क्योंकि ये एक मैसेज जाएगा यहाँ पर, छोटा आदमी, बड़ा आदमी, आमदार और छोटा कोई नहीं होता है, जिसने भी गुनाह किया वो गुनाह होता है करके।
जी, रीता राशिद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए। So that was the complainant. They're speaking to us here at CNN News 18 saying, I know what I felt. She's claiming that the NCP leader didn't even apologize, and whatever today he's saying is because of a lot of media pressure. Let me also bring in our other guest to try and understand what really is happening on the ground, and are we taking our right to protest a little too far? From the BJP, we have Rajiv Pandey. From the Congress, we have Charan Singh Sapra. NCP spokesperson Brijmohan Shrivastava is also joining us. Sakal Media News editor Samrit Fadnas also joining us, and we also have political analyst Varun Singh. Good to have all of you on the broadcast with us. ब्रिजमोहन जी, मैं आपसे शुरुआत करना चाहूंगी। मैं नहीं जानती अगर आपने पूरी वो कॉन्वर्सेशन सुनी, जो कंप्लेनेंट है रीता राशिद, वो बोल रही है मैं बहुत श्योर हूं जो मेरे साथ उस दिन हुआ, और जब एक औरत के ऊपर एक गलत हाथ अगर रखा जाता है तो औरत को पता होता है कि उनके साथ क्या हुआ। उनका ये कहना है कि मुझे उस बात की और ज्यादा दुख है कि जो एनसीपी के लीडर हैं जितेंद्र अवाद, उन्होंने मुझसे माफी तक नहीं मांगी और अब इस पूरे एपिसोड को एक पॉलिटिकल कलर दिया जा रहा है।
देखिए कि वीडियो को अगर आप ध्यान से देखें तो आदरणीय जितेंद्र अवाड साहब जब उनको हाथ से हल्का सा हटा रहे हैं क्योंकि उनको निकलना है, तो कहते हैं बहन साइड में। आप देखिए उनकी लिप को आप देखिएगा। और मैंने जितेंद्र अवाड जी से बात की, उन्होंने कहा कि मैंने उनसे यही कहा था कि बहन थोड़ा साइड में, क्योंकि उनको निकलना था। अब इसको राजनीतिक मुद्दा बनाने का जो काम भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने अपने महिला कार्यकर्ता के माध्यम से किया है, ये बेहद शर्मनाक है। क्योंकि इस प्रकार के जहां पे कार्यक्रम होते हैं वहां जब बहुत सारे लोगों की संख्या होती है तो इस प्रकार से छोटी मोटी चीजें कई बार हो जाती है, लेकिन इसका यह मतलब कदापि नहीं है कि उनका मकसद कुछ और था या उन्होंने किसी
ब्रिजमोहन जी,
प्रकार
या
से
तो मैं
उनको
कोई और वीडियो देख रही हूँ या तो आप कोई और वीडियो देख रहे हैं। हम एक वीडियो तो नहीं देख रहे हैं, क्योंकि जो वीडियो हम अपने दर्शकों को भी दिखा रहे हैं उसमें क्लियरली दिख रहा है जितेंद्र अवहाद उनको धक्का देते हैं। आप देखिए, धक्का देते हैं, वो गिरती हैं, उनको कोई सपोर्ट नहीं देता है। आप मुझे बता रहे हैं कि वो बहन बोल के उनको हटा रहे थे, आप खुद देखिए।
बताइए, जब वो व्यक्ति सामने से आ रहा है और सामने ये आ गई है तो क्या करेगा आदमी? आप बताइए मुझे, आप ही बताइए, अगर आप होती तो आप क्या करती?
तो आप मुझे बता रहे हैं अगर आपके सामने से कोई आ रहा है, अगर आपको हटाना होगा तो आप सिर्फ धक्का ही दे सकते हैं, सिर्फ वही एक ऑप्शन है।
महिला के रूप में उनको क्या करना चाहिए था? उनको खुद तो साइड में हो जाना चाहिए था, लेकिन चूंकि
सर ये तो बड़ा कन्वीनियंट है। आप पहले बोल रहे हैं धक्का मुक्की नहीं हुई है, अब आप बोल रहे हैं कि महिला आ रही है तो उनको ही हट जाना चाहिए। आप लोग डिसाइड कर लीजिए। मैं तो ये समझना चाहती हूँ कि इतना सब होने के बाद भी अपॉलॉजी क्यों नहीं आ रही है?
रिद्धिमा जी, आप मेरी बात को मिस इंटरप्रिटेट कर रही हैं।
सर आपने ही बोला, मैं अभी
मैंने ये कहा इस प्रकार के कार्यक्रम में बहुत लोग होते हैं, वहां कई बार इस प्रकार से सामने से किसी को हटाना है, किसी को सामने से निकल रहा है, क्योंकि इनको तो आदरणीय मुख्यमंत्री जी से मिलना था और जितेंद्र अवार्ड जी वहां से मिलकर निकल रहे थे, तो रास्ता देंगे या नहीं देंगे? वो महिला होने के नाते क्या इनकी कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं थी? ये आदरणीय जितेंद्र अवार्ड जी को रास्ता दे देती? तो ये कहना ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी इनका उपयोग कर रहा है, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग परेशान है इस समय, क्योंकि आदरणीय जितेंद्र अवार्ड साहब उस क्षेत्र के सबसे लोकप्रिय नेता हैं, और वहीं से आदरणीय एकनाथ शिंदे साहब भी हैं, वहीं से उनके बेटे भी सांसद हैं, और उन्हें मालूम है कि जितेंद्र अवार्ड जी की गतिविधियों के कारण अब इन लोगों का चुनाव जीतना वहां से मुश्किल है। इसलिए सारी जितेंद्र अवार्ड जी को परेशान करने की सारी
सर इस इवेंट में ना तो बीजेपी वाले बीच में आए धक्का देने के लिए, ना जो सिनेमा हॉल में स्क्रीनिंग रोकी गई थी तब बीजेपी वाले बीच में आए। तो आप अपने पार्टी का स्टैंड पहले क्लियर करिए। पर लेट मी ब्रिंग इन राजीव पांडे इन द कॉन्वर्सेशन एज वेल। राजीव, हाउ डू यू सी द काइंड ऑफ डिफेंस दैट्स कमिंग इन from the NCP? As I pointed out, this is a man who's been a serial offender. He is currently out on bail. What is the kind of larger message that we're sending out?
Himaji, I was checking his records as per the election affidavit. He has more than 25 cases against him, and 2 more is added. In 2021, he kidnapped one engineer, and then he used criminal force against that person. And within 48 hours, he has committed 2 crimes. I want to know who is he that he can go and stop the screening of a film. If suppose some film has some problems, you can go to the court, you can go to the CBFC, you can go for the board to stop the film release. And now it is very clear. If you show the video, I know personally the complainant, as she's from my party and she's from Mumbai. And as far as Brijmohanji's statement that, because of they are losing and they say Thane, as Chief Minister is very popular in Thane, and his son is also a very popular leader, and they are winning election in spite of the presence of Mr. Jitendra Awhad. What I want to say, Ridhimaji, what is the merit of the case in both the case? That only now court will decide and investigating agency will decide. I am nobody to give any. But it looks very clear from the video that he has pushed the lady inappropriately. That is, as a lawyer I am saying, but let the investigating agencies decide this case. I have nothing, I do not want to give any of my opinion. But one thing I can say, Mr. Jitendra Awhad is a habitual offender. Now number of cases against him is 27. Can you imagine? In Bihar and UP, if he would have been declared as an official gangster. 27 cases. Can you imagine? And in one case, just in 2020, when he was a very powerful person, he kidnapped one person and started beating him. So what I am saying, this is not the behavior of a political leader. Here, Brijmohan Srivastava ji is there, Charan Singh Sapra ji is there. They are very respectable people, but what kind of behavior? This is the behavior of a MLA, that you can kidnap any person in your constituency. You can push a woman, and Brijmohan Srivastava ji has made a very gender-sensitive remark that lady should have himself gone out of the road. This I think he should apologize for this. If a male is coming and female is coming, then you will say female should run away from the in front of the male. Why not male should run away? Why Why not male should give the way to a female?
No, all that is
What
fine.
is this argument of?
No, all that is fine. I'm also wanting to give a fair chance to the NCP spokesperson to help us understand if we haven't understood correctly or what really happened. I actually want to now understand the larger issue. What is happening here is that, okay, you want to do a protest, you want to voice your concerns, but at what cost? Vandalism of public property, who gave us the right to take that for a ride? Tires are being burnt today. The highway, Mumbai-Nashik highway was blocked today. Why? Just because your leader has complaints against him. Let's be very, very clear. This is a man who's out on bail. Charan Singh Sapra, I know I've seen some support that has come as far as the MV is concerned. But look at the pictures that we're putting out on our screens as well. You want to mark your protest, do that. It's your democratic right. But at what cost? Just because you're angry, you'll take public property for a ride.
See, Ridhima, I would not like to support any hooliganism or any chaos or people who have created the chaos on the national highway. But prima facie, this case looks as if it is a misuse of power and misuse of agencies, which has been happening regularly in Maharashtra after this ED government has come into
Charan
power.
Singh Sapra,
By
let's
ED
be a little
government,
more
I mean to
rational
say
and
Eknath
mature.
and
I have a lot of
Devendra
respect for you and you're very
Please,
sensible.
let
But
me
for
complete.
how long can
I'm-
we continue to use the narrative of misusing agencies? These are supporters of NCP and workers of
Please,
the
let
NCP.
me
How are
come to
agencies
it.
coming in?
Ridhima, I am trying to explain you. Ridhima, I am trying to explain you that only. Please, let me come at it. Now, you are cutting me too short. See, what I am trying to say that there have been various examples, like the example of Mr. Sanjay Raut. What has come out? After they have put him behind bars for 101 days, the court has left him on bail by saying that there is no evidence against him. Similarly, even in this case, whether it is a case of molestation or misconduct or misappropriately handled by Jitendra Awhad, now the FIR is registered. It will be proved in the court. There is no chance of any media trial. But the thing is that we have been watching that this ED government, the Eknath Devendra Fadnavis government, which is made at the by threatening the MLAs
Charan Singh
from
Sapra,
ED,
this
ED
comparison
government
doesn't
is trying
hold
to
value at all. It's
misuse the
apples and
power,
oranges, and I'll
misuse
tell
the
you why.
agencies.
As far as Sanjay Raut is concerned, there is an investigating agency which is looking into a money trail. They feel that certain family members have also enjoyed certain benefits. Let them have a look into it. If it's not proven, then Sanjay Raut will be the winner at the end of the day. As far as these two cases are concerned,
that's what I'm saying.
one second.
Similar.
BJP didn't force Awhad or his supporters to go and barge into that cinema hall and stop that screening. They didn't force him to rough up viewers who were there. They didn't tell him to mishandle this woman. So I'm trying to understand, is there a sense of privilege that these elected representatives think that hooliganism is okay and they will get away with it?
No, nobody can get away with it. I am trying to say that being an elected representative, when he was called to the police station for the theatre thing, for the cinema thing, no notice was also given. And even after giving a notice, there is a clause whereby 72 hours are to be given to an elected representative to file his explanation. There was no explanation. The moment he went to the police station, the DCP arrested him. So this is not the way an elected representative or a former minister can be arrested by police. Anyway, it is in the constitution. I am not talking anything out of the constitution. The constitution itself says that notice is to be given. He has to be given 72 hours to reply to that notice, and then he can be arrested. But the way this ED government is misusing the agencies against the opposition parties, this is another glaring example which has come today. I am not trying to support hooliganism, but I am trying to say
then let's
that
have you on
ED
record
government
to
is
say
also
that what has
misusing its
happened
power.
with the NCP leader is not okay. Let's have you say that on record. There are days when you have to call a spade a spade. What is the kind of larger messaging that we're sending out? That's exactly what I'm trying to understand, Charan Singh Sapra. But let me bring in.
If the ED government doesn't serve any notice, it doesn't wait for 72 hours after the notice for a reply, then of course they are flouting the law. Then of course I can say that they are misusing the power and misusing the agencies.
How are agencies being misused when you have an elected representative try to shove and push a woman aside and there is no apology? I'm just trying to understand For how long can we conveniently try and use
No,
this
I'm
narrative?
not talking about
this was
the
something
woman.
that we
I'm talking about the case
this was
or
something.
the cinema case.
One sec, Charan Singh
No,
Sapra. But we're not talking about
my-
one particular
the-
case in
the
isolation.
issue of
I'm just trying to
72
understand
hours
what has
reply.
happened in the last 1
Ridhima,
week.
try to understand.
One sec, Charan Singh Sapra. I am not talking about one particular case in isolation.
Please.
I am trying to understand the pattern that is
No,
emerging
I'm
with
talking about
political
the earlier
parties.
case.
That if you file a complaint against us, we will have vandalism out on the streets, we will have hooliganism, we will have public property which will be torched and burned. This is something that even your party did when the Gandhis were summoned as far as the ED was concerned. Why did we see the kind of ruckus all across the country? And this is where I want to bring in Varun. This is a very dangerous pattern that is being set. There is a sense of entitlement and privilege with these political parties and their supporters that if you raise a finger against us, if you file a complaint against us, this is what you will get.
You know, Mr. Sapra clearly explained what entitlement means over here. He wants a MLA to be, all the rights of an MLA or an elected representative to be followed. But at that same time, no respect, scant respect for, even if he's talking about that cinema hall case, scant respect for that common man who was abused, assaulted over there. Doesn't he have any right? An MLA has a right that he should be given 72 hours notice to serve his reply, but no respect for that particular woman who was standing over there just because she is not an elected representative. She's standing over there in the path. She has to be thrown away. She has to be pushed out. And I can't believe it. What kind of people do we have? Who wants, what makes
Varun,
me feel
kindly
uncomfortable?
don't mix two cases.
Mr.
You have
Sapra,
to talk separately on each
finish.
case.
I'm
Don't mix up the
speaking on
two
both
cases.
The issue, Mr. Sapra,
First talk about
and I'm talking on both the
first
issues.
talk about the
You
cinema
talk about
case and then you can talk about this
representatives'
female
rights.
case.
You talk about that Jitendra Awhad should be
I
given
talked
72
about
hours,
elected
but you don't
representatives
talk
case
about the
related
common
to the
man.
cinema.
You don't talk
Varun,
about
don't
Anand
mix up.
Karmuse. You were in power.
Yeah,
you were in power
yeah.
when
So
that engineer Anand Karmuse
don't mix up the
kidnapped.
case of
Okay.
this
Did
woman.
you
That's
even
what
see
I'm
his
trying
back?
to say.
What?
This
Did
is
you
a
raise even a
different case.
Did you even raise a finger when Anand
Okay, Charan Singh
Karmuse was
Sapra, let
kidnapped?
Varun make his point. Varun, make your point.
Yes, Mr. Sapra, the MVA didn't even react. No leader at that point of time had the courage to come out and say that the kidnapping of an engineer of whom Mr. Awhad is an accused. A section 365, column number 11 of the FIR clearly mentions Mr. Awhad, and he is an accused in that case. 354 now, 5044, 142, 143. How many multiple cases against a person, and he has the courage to say that he won't apologize. He has said it on record. That shows entitlement. That answers your question, Ridhima, that how entitled these politicians feel. A politician doesn't care about what a common man is going through, and it goes for everyone over here. Why shouldn't the cases be tried in a fast track court and given justice to the common man? Anand Karmuse case is since 2021, almost 2 years now. He has not, I don't think where the case is. That fellow is still fighting that case. And that FIR clearly mentions Mr. Awhad. This is not the first time that Awhad is in the midst of a controversy. And time and again, it is high time the NCP comes out clear on what actually they want to do on such issues. We cannot have people saying that a woman should be making way for another man in an age like 2022.
Okay. Samrat, you've been patiently waiting. I apologize I couldn't come to you earlier. I just want to understand, the NCP on expected lines still continues to defend Jitendra Awhad, but what about the other political parties as far as the MVA is concerned? Isn't it a dangerous precedent that we are setting that even in cases like these, we're not putting our stand very, very clear?
No, we have to understand 2-3 things first. First is that the cinemas, 2-3 cinemas about which we were discussing in Maharashtra. First is Har Har Mahadev. Har Har Mahadev, a Marathi movie was released on 25th October, and after 9-10 days, NCP all of a sudden first Chhatrapati Sambhajiraje and then NCP took a stand that this movie should be banned. The incident that actually started, वो पहले जो शुरू हुआ दो वेदांत मराठे वीर दौड़ले साथ was another movie where Akshay Kumar was leading. Akshay Kumar is in one of the role, and knowing his background supporting BJP's role or anything like that, the NCP and all other MVA allies decided to oppose not only Vedat Marathi Veer Dodale Saath, but also Har Har Mahadev that was earlier released. The incident that actually first Awhad जो arrest हुए, that was about Har Har Mahadev incident. The NCP has clear stand that we will oppose that movie wherever possible by wherever means. So this is their clear cut stand. Wherever means if needed they will vandalize, or if needed they will close the movie theaters. That is their stand. So at this moment Maharashtra is also having Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra. So it is not that all 100% Congress will support or stand behind Awhad, because they have to consult. They must consult with Rahul Gandhi, because he is making sure that Bharat Jodo Yatra is passing through Maharashtra peacefully and nicely. They are getting response at one end, and there is another theory that is being developed, that Awhad was arrested to distract the success of Bharat Jodo Yatra as well. So these 2-3 things are happening in Maharashtra right now. Shiva Sena is waiting, and Shiva Sena is in wait and watch mood. But you must notice that Sambhaji Brigade, which has recently had allied with Shiva Sena, is openly backing Jitendra Awhad. So Sambhaji Brigade has a history of vandalism.
वो सब ठीक है, आपकी जो अलायंस है, आपकी जो एलिजेंस है, आपका जो सपोर्ट है, वो सब ठीक है. इवन जब हर हर महादेव का केस हुआ था, और मैंने ब्रिजमोहन जी से पिछले हफ्ते भी बात करी थी, और मैंने तब भी यही कहा था कि अगर आपको कोई फिल्म में दिक्कत थी तो आप फिल्म मेकर से बात करें, या आप जो फिल्म बॉडी है उनसे बात करें. एक चीज और, एक सेंसर बोर्ड होता है, ऑलरेडी फिल्म क्लियर होके इस स्टेज तक आती है तो कुछ पैरामीटर्स उन्होंने भी देखे होंगे. हमारा सिर्फ एक ही सिंपल सवाल है, और ये दर्शक भी ये सवाल खड़ा कर रहे हैं कि इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स और उनके समर्थक को ये राइट कौन देता है कि अगर मुझे कुछ पसंद नहीं है तो मैं उसको तोड़ के बंद कर दूंगा. सिंपल सवाल सिर्फ उतना है.
No, that should not be accepted at all, because the way Sambhaji Raja Chhatrapati responded last week, that I will have my way. So this should not be stated by an MP. He was an MP. He has been with Rajya Sabha. अगर वो इस तरह बात करने लगे, then it will be anarchy. कोई भी जाके कुछ भी कर सकता है. तो they have their right. Okay, they can say their right. They have legal ways. But अभी जो महाराष्ट्र में चल रहा है, तो if I have to oppose, I have to show my strength, show my muscle power.
Okay.
तो अभी आज जितेंद्र अवार्ड जी दिखा रहे हैं, कल कोई और दिखाएगा, कल बीजेपी का कोई आके दिखाएगा.
ठीक है. I am running out of time. I want to give the final word. Varun, I apologize. I'm running out of...
Just 10 seconds.
Okay, Charan Singh Saprap, sure.
I want to correct. Yeah. Mr. Samrat Fadnis has said something, which is not appropriate. He said कि देवेंद्र फडणवीस को इसलिए छोड़ा गया क्योंकि भारत जोड़ो यात्रा में उसको ज्वाइन करना था. Let me remind him, I was in Bharat Jodo Yatra. This Jitendra Awhad came in Nanded rally on 10th and he got arrested on 11th. So please don't connect Jitendra Awhad with Bharat Jodo Yatra, or don't say that he was released because he wanted to attend Bharat Jodo Yatra. It's not that way. Don't misguide the viewers. There's no connection between Bharat Jodo Yatra and this episode of Jitendra
Bharat Jodo
Awhad.
Yatra and whatever is happening in Maharashtra is a completely different picture. But Brijmohan ji, I'd like to give you the final word. पिछले हफ्ते भी मैंने आपसे ये पूछा था, और मैं इस हफ्ते भी आपसे ये पूछना चाहती हूँ. अब तो 2 केसेस हो गए हैं, जितेंद्र अवाध ने रिजाइन भी कर दिया है. क्या एनसीपी अब माफी मांगना चाहेगी? क्या उनको बुरा लगता है कि ये जो केसेस हुए हैं ये अवॉइडेबल थे?
रिद्धिमा जी, शहनवाज हुसैन तो केंद्रीय मंत्री रहे, बिहार सरकार में मिनिस्टर थे, उनके खिलाफ मॉलेस्टेशन का केस रजिस्टर्ड हुआ, लेकिन आज तक उन्होंने तो माफी नहीं मांगी देश से, ना भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने. एक मिनट मैंने आपकी बात पूरी सुनी. एक मिनट, मैंने आपकी बात सुनी. मेरी बात सुनिए, एक मिनट रुक जाइए, एक बात सुन लीजिए. क्या भारतीय जनता पार्टी शहनवाज हुसैन के लिए माफी मांगने को देश से तैयार है? दूसरा मैं कहना चाहता हूं, कैलाश विजयवर्गीय जी जो आज भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के केंद्रीय महामंत्री हैं, उनके खिलाफ केस रजिस्टर्ड हुआ है उत्तर प्रदेश, पश्चिम बंगाल में. क्या उसके लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी माफी मांगने को तैयार है?
This whataboutery will not help. This whataboutery will not help. Today it is clear from the video in 2 cases. Jitendra Awhad is behaving like a local goons in the theater, and then he has behaved with like a gunda with a woman activist.
So unfortunately, despite the opportunity being given to the NCP and the supporters, they have refused to apologize because they feel nothing wrong has been done. But this is not a question that only today we as journalists are asking. This is something that even the viewers and the common man is asking. Where is this privilege coming from, and why should public property be taken as far as vandalism is concerned? Unfortunately,